Okay, so Marvel Rivals have just tweeted out Fantastic Four will be joining the roster here when season one releases on January, I believe it is January 7th. So, January 7th, Fantastic Four crew joining Marvel Rivals. That includes all four characters on launch. On launch is insanity to me. We're going to have Human Torch, Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, and The Thing. Four whole new characters when the game just came out. It's only been a month and we're getting so many new additions already, on top of what may be a hint in the background of the New York Vampire Swarmed map. Now, there have been rumors and leaks talking about how New York may become a part of the map roster with the vampire theme, as we've seen in the reveal trailer and in the background here. This is New York, and you see the bats indicating the vampires and the blood moon. Now, I'm not sure if the map's going to be alongside season one. I would assume so, because you can see in the hashtag is New York City and Marvel Rivals right here. It says New York City. So maybe they might show it. Who knows? But all we do know is that we're getting all four fantastic characters in this game on launch, which is insanity. So we're going to have Human Torch, Reed Richards, Invisible Woman, and The Thing again. Now, The Thing will obviously be our vanguard, our tank. Not quite sure of the abilities. We haven't seen any leaks or things like that of The Thing on his abilities. Human Torch, Reed Richards are both gonna be DPS for your duelists. Their abilities have been leaked, which we'll go over in a second. And then alongside Invisible Woman, which I'm pretty sure is going to be our strategist or healer support. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure on the abilities of them either. But what we can go over right now is the abilities of two of the four characters coming with the season one release of Marvel Rivals Fantastic Four crew. So right here is Mr. Fantastic's leaked abilities. Is this true? Who knows? I'm pretty sure this is legit. It looks legit. It makes sense. It all makes sense. So who knows? So as we can see, for the basic attack, it is an elastic punch, stretch out a forward punch to attack enemies. I can see that, just like a little elongated arm just poking at people. Maybe not too far of a range, but like a little poke damage. Brainiac Bounce is his ult. Leap and smash, knocking back enemies within range. Upon hitting an enemy, leap again up to 6 times. Kind of reminds me of Bucky's ult, except just in general, if you hit an enemy, you get to go it again and again. And that'll be interesting to see in game. And I wonder if he develops armor or anything when doing that. Left shift ability is going to be Reflex Rubber. Stretch body to absorb damage before launching stored damage in the targeted direction. So how I'm envisioning it is, as the image shows, man gets bigger, his chest is all out there, takes in all the shots, might take a little bit percentage of damage, but then can also fire it back at a direction where the crosshair is of any absorbed damage, which is going to be pretty strong. Flexible elongation, select a target and dash at it, dealing damage to enemies and granting bonus health to allies. Now, that sounds kind of like a rush down to me. I can see him looking at an enemy, pressing E, and then like he grabs them and dashes up towards them like really fast. Kind of like a magic dash and do a punch. But I'm not quite sure about the bonus health to allies part. We're gonna have to play and see, but I'm pretty sure it's like maybe if they're around him as he dashes, they'll get the HP. I'm not sure at all. So that's gonna be definitely interesting to look at. And then the right click is gonna be Rubber Grip. Extend arms forward to entangle, hit enemies, then press left click to select and yank 2 more enemies. That sort of sounds like Venom's right click snare when he dives in and you right click to entangle them to you. Except it'll do like a little bit more damage. You entangle them, they'll be kind of trapped to you, and then you can left click and get 2 even more enemies if they're like grouped up and just snatch them, which is going to be very interesting. Basically like a DPS Venom grab. Then his passive is interesting. Elastic Strength. Skills generate elasticity, boosting attack power. Reaching full elasticity triggers an inflated state that restores health and boosts even more damage. Now, I wonder if that slows you down. In my head, the way I'm reading it is like the more skills you do, like your bar of stretchiness goes up. And then you become like bloated and big, and then you gain even more health and then do even more damage with your abilities. Which I wonder if the way you would go about it is you become big body with your passive, and then you pop ult, which will probably be insane damage unless you become big body instantly from your ult. We'll have to play and see. I'll make sure to do a tier list with him in a video when he drops and get good gameplay for you guys. But that's his move list that supposedly is leaked. This looks like it seems like it, looks official. I've seen that artwork in the background multiple times. I feel like that's legit. Now, the next character that we have leaks for is the Human Torch. The Human Torch is much more in detail. This is all, I feel like this 100% is legit, all of it. So we'll dive into this a little bit here. So Human Torch is going to be a 3-star difficulty. Team up Anchor with, that's interesting. Team up Anchor, but in this image, you see that Storm is the anchor. I'm not quite sure about that. That's interesting. Maybe it's both. Maybe it goes both ways because it's 1-1. Who knows? Now the attacks though. Basic primary fire cluster. Launch forward a spitball fire. Maybe just a basic fireball attack. Kind of like a storm fireball, or not a storm, like, you know, a storm attack just with a fireball. Simple. Now, team up ability is with Storm. Omega Fire. Storm can consume one of Human Torch's fire tornadoes into her ultimate to ignite her hurricane. Likewise, Human Torch can turn Storm's hurricane into a fiery hurricane with his ultimate, which will then enlarge and intensify any of his fire tornadoes caught in its path. So by the sounds of it, it seems like when Storm pops out and Human Torch has a fiery hurricane, it ignites the tornado, and it does, you know, the electric damage on top of the fire damage. So it's going to do just pretty much even more damage by the sounds of it. Not quite sure, but we'll have to look and see. And then vice versa, if you have Human Torch that pops out and Storm's hurricane is in the hurricane, then Human Torch will do even more damage too with his ult. Now, going to the abilities here. Supernova is his ultimate. Unleash shockwaves to deal damage to enemies within range. During skill activation, the flame field will transform into a fire tornado. Flame field? I'm not sure what a flame field is or how to go about making a flame field. We will just have to play and see. But it seems like cast out a flame field and then boom, fire tornado when you pop ult too. Maybe flame fields will be below down the list as we read more. Left shift. Hold left shift to enter a state of accelerated ascent. So just kind of like a quick flight. Kind of like a Star-Lord. That literally looks like the same Star-Lord icon too. Probably just a quick free flight. Easy. Pyro Prison. Connect flame fields to form a firewall, then deals burning damage to enemies. So there you go. E is the flame fields. So if you press E, connect these fields of flame and make a wall, it deals burning damage to enemies if they walk through it, most likely, or on top of it. And then if you pop ult, that'll turn into a tornado. So you do E, pop ult, tornado. Makes sense. Now, the F ability. Dive towards the ground and stun nearby enemies. Flaming meteor. That just sounds like a simple, like, Venom smash. Like, you know, when Venom swings up in the air and diving strike. That sounds like Human Torch's duelist version. Just dive towards the ground and then stun enemies and do some damage. That could also be good to stun enemies out of their ult. Who knows? We're going to have to look and see. I feel like that's going to be very strong. I feel like Human Torch is going to be one of my mains for sure. If the strength and damage is there. Right click, Blazing Blast. Launch a fireball to create a flame field at the targeted area. Oh, there you go. There's another. Oh, so right click is how you make the flame fields. Right click with the flame field, and then E connects them. Make a wall. Okay. So right click, launch a fireball to create a flame field at the targeted area. Got it. Now, my assumption is just like a little ground AoE area of just flame. Like a little area of just where enemies can burn in. Sounds like there's gonna be a lot of fire everywhere. And then you can connect your little right clicks with your E to make a wall. Dang, that's gonna be interesting. I wonder what the team up with Storm is gonna look like and how much damage all this is truly gonna do. I'm not sure if it's gonna be broken or super strong. It's probably gonna be broken. Everyone's gonna assume it's broken, and then people are gonna get time with it and be like, okay, it's not as strong as we think because we found counters. Now, that is gonna be with the release of season 1 on January 7th. I'm pretty sure, or January 8th is one of the two. And I'm excited to try out all these characters. Hopefully, all 4 of them do come out with the release of launch. By the looks of it, they are all 4, and maybe we might even get the new New York City vampire map in the background. So I hope to see you guys in the next video tomorrow, and be sure to tune in, be sure to subscribe, and I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for sticking around for some Marvel Rivals. I'll see y'all in the next one.